Welcome to my channel. Today I'm revealing my study makeover. It's a simple and inexpensive makeover. I wanted to inject some of my personality into the room. Here's my study. It's a bit of a blank canvas. I purchased the desk on Marketplace for $250. That involved a bit of a road trip with a kind friend, which was lots of fun. A little more interesting than purchasing from a store. This desk would be my favourite piece of furniture in my house. It's over 100 years old and I just love it, especially the turned legs. Here's the wall in my study opposite the desk. There's not too many areas to decorate in this room, it's quite small. There's a built-in cupboard on the right and a window on the left, so there's only really the two walls that I can decorate. I have my printer on the desk, some pens and some journals. I try not to keep too much out on my desk. I don't really like clutter, but I feel like my personality is not really expressed in this room. So I'm looking forward to putting some items in here that represent who I am. The drawers in the desk are quite deep, which is great for storing lots of things. However, they get a little messy, so I'd like to find a way to organise them a little better. I have my pens and texters in this drawer, however I still have more in the cupboard, so I'd like to store them all in this drawer if I can. This drawer has other bits and pieces, some of which I don't use very often, so they could probably go in the cupboard, so I'll organise this drawer as well. Here's my study following the makeover. I've kept my desk in its original condition. I haven't made any changes to it. I like it just the way it is. Here's the Macrame plant hanger and the stick shelf that I made in previous DIY videos. I wanted to add some greenery and some interest to the wall, and I think this works well. I've fixed the stick shelf to the wall just with a hook at the top and just added a couple of books. I like the way the devil's ivy plant just drapes over the shelf. I've removed the printer from my desk. I don't use it very often, so I've put it in the cupboard. I've added this little wooden caddy to my desk. I purchased it for $15 on Marketplace. I've left the caddy in its original condition. I'm not sure if I want to paint it or what I want to do with it yet. In the caddy I'm storing some washi tape and large clips that I use for bullet journaling, and I also have some sticky notes. On the other side of the desk I have a frame and a small cactus in an Upcycle pot. I've painted the frame with chalk paint, taken out the glass and added some hessian to turn it into a pinboard. I've added a photo to the frame that I took when I was feeling really calm and relaxed. I use this photo as a reminder of that time, and it encourages me to reflect on that calm and relaxed state. Making the frame into a pinboard also makes it really easy to change your photos. I've organised this drawer using plastic containers to separate my pens, pencils and markers. I keep my bullet journaling supplies in the pencil cases. This makes it more convenient as I don't always bullet journal at my desk and they're ready to go when I travel. I also sorted out the drawer and discarded anything that I don't use anymore. I've organised this drawer with the same type of containers, just keeping the things that I use on a fairly regular basis. I've moved the things that I don't use very often into the cupboard. The chair that I'm using I purchased on Marketplace for $10. The paint was peeling off the chair in some places, so I gave it a light sand and that revealed some pink and green paint underneath the white. I really like that look, so I didn't do anything further to the chair. I've added this lovely crocheted throw to the room. A dear friend of mine made it for me. This is the wall opposite the desk. Here's the floor lamp that I upcycled in a previous video for my study. I purchased this mirror on Marketplace for $50. It adds some more light to the room and gives the room some visual depth. I haven't changed the finish on this mirror, I'm just leaving it as it is. I may paint it down the track. On display here I have a bamboo plant growing in a bottle of water. I also have a ball of string on a vintage wooden spool. I'm using an old jar to store my paintbrushes. I've painted the jar with chalk paint and distressed it a little bit. Here's the DIY raffia basket that I made in a previous video for my study. I'm using the basket to store my watercolour paints. I'm displaying my brushes and paints as a visual reminder to take the time to enjoy painting. I also have some rocks here that I've collected from my favourite holiday destination. I've stacked the rocks on top of each other. It's a nice little visual reminder of the importance of balance in your life. I purchased this little oak cupboard on Marketplace for $120. I thought it would make great extra storage in my study, and I really like the unique look of it. I haven't changed the finish on this cupboard. I'm not sure if I want to paint it. I'm just taking some time to think about it. As you can see, I like quite a minimal look. I like to have plenty of space in my study so that I can easily access the built-in cupboard and do yoga if I want to. That completes my study makeover. It's quite budget friendly. You don't need to spend a lot of money to make change. You can add interest with second-hand items and things that you make yourself. I feel like this room reflects my personality now. I like to update my house with new ideas and interesting pieces that I find. So my study will continue to be a work in progress. Thank you for watching my video. If you'd like to see how I made the DIY projects in this video, I've put the links in the description below. If you enjoyed my video, please give it a like. And if you'd like to see more DIY projects and makeovers, please subscribe to my channel.